You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on this Christmas Eve broadcast. Well, it's kind of early Christmas Eve, but good morning, Dan. How are you?
Hey, doing all right. Happy Christmas Eve to you too.
Yeah, happy Christmas Eve as well.
Okay, who's also celebrating? I always thought about this, like people with birthdays, like right around Christmas. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a whole different vibe. He lived La Vida Loca for a long time. He was also a member of Menudo, along with 247 other young men. Yeah. Ricky Martin is fitty.
Okay.
He's fitty today. You know, he had a role in General Hospital, too.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was a soaper. We go back and forth. We write. We're buds. Why not?
Tight.
And I know, John, you have spoken with this guy, I want to say more than once.
Gary Busey's cousin?
Yeah, him. Dietrich Bader.
Oh, yeah, I like
Dietrich.
him.
Yeah.
I do like him.
Yeah, made his bones with a great part on the Drew Carey Show.
Yeah.
He's been in a number of things. Mr. Bader's 55 today. And again, this just fascinates me, how he ends up everywhere he is. Ryan Seacrest is 47.
His agent works overtime, man.
Boy, no kidding. It's pretty crazy stuff. Historically speaking, kind of a fun day. It was 1895. George Vanderbilt opens his home, Biltmore Estate. That is the largest privately owned house in America.
Yeah.
178,926 feet.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You guys want to, you want to have a little bit of room to roam.
Lots of natural light. Could have another legal bedroom in the basement.
And seven bathrooms.
Great. Mm-hmm. Great for entertaining. That is open to the public. It's a huge tourist thing now in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
You can actually get a basic tour. Tickets are like $106.
What?
Basic tour, you can pay up to $360 if you want the grand tour and an overnight stay. Yeah, it's big money to
That's pretty cool.
To go bounce around this
Isn't
place.
that where Anderson Cooper grew up?
Sure.
I'm not kidding. I think he did, didn't he?
In that house?
I thought so.
Well, his mom was Vanderbilt.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah, sure could have been.
Maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Anderson Cooper. He's a heck of a journalist.
I shouldn't have even brought it up.
Oh, boy. Earning your credentials there, Andy.
Sorry, everybody.
1877, Thomas Edison files a patent for some cockamamie contraption called the phonograph.
Oh.
Again, it's one of those things, if you're working in the patent office and you're like reading the description of this, you're going, what is this? What is this guy,
right.
lunatic? What does this even mean? So there you go. And in 1818, I just love this story so much. 1818, this very day, the Christmas carol Silent Night.
Oh, yeah.
Sung in public for the very first time. St. Nicholas Parish, makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. In Oberndorf, Austria. That was written, of course, by Franz Gruber, who would go on to co-star in the Christmas classic Die Hard.
That's Hans Gruber. But,
Oh, are you sure?
pretty sure.
No,
It's a storied career.
My bad.
Different Gruber.
There you go. I know, we all know, and we can just get this done.
Going to do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by the Sioux Falls Job Fair. New year, new career. Join us Saturday, January 29th. All the details at SiouxFallsJobFair.com.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Christmas Eve?
It's just kind of a fun story, a little weird, random story out of New York. This guy's a physics professor.
All right.
Pretty smart guy, physics professor Vinod Menon. And, of course, a lot of schools, especially East Coast, West Coast, whatever, under quarantine, locked down. Nobody was going for the better part of a year.
Yeah.
And as he said to reporters, he doesn't get really any mail at work anyway, because that's really not his mailing address. But they do have a mail room at the university.
Okay.
And when he finally got back to work, rifling around, it occurred to him, well, maybe I should just go check. And yeah, there were a couple letters there, but there's a beat-up old cardboard box sitting there. Just figured maybe it was, something, a memento, something or another. Opened the box up, and what he found was stacks of $50 and $100 bills.
Oh, wow.
Yes, totaling $180,000.
What was that from?
Ooh.
What I'm getting into with a little handwritten note, unsigned, which was strange enough, from a former student of the school.
Oh, wow.
Explaining the donor had graduated long ago from the City College of New York with a double major in physics and mathematics. Got an MA in physics there, went on to get a double PhD in physics and astronomy.
Shouldn't be hard to track this guy down then.
Right?
Actually, it proved to be real difficult, and they didn't even manage to do it, even with authorities. And they're curious about the whole thing, and there was actually on the letter, the donor said that he was just very grateful for the school for providing him with the education he got for a long, productive, immensely rewarding scientific career.
Huh.
So you look at all of what this guy stacked up when he was a student there, whatever.
Right.
And so the question begs, what I found interesting is like, so what, the guy can't write a check or get a money order?
Yeah, that's
Right.
a lot of cash.
I mean, it was all cash.
But maybe he wanted it to be anonymous, though, because he
And,
didn't sign
and
it.
he isn't honest because they weren't able to track it down or anything else. In fact, it had to go through a lot of hoops just to make sure that this money was
Legit.
legit and that they could keep it. But yeah, here's just this big box of cash.
Nice. That was pretty cool.
It's
That's-
like, yeah.
You know what that reminded me of? Not nearly as cool a story, but when we first opened our office in Sioux Falls, we also had an office in Brandon, but I didn't realize that we had a mailbox in Brandon. So for 6 months, I didn't check the mail, and I was actually one day talking to the mailman. He's like, "You guys gonna ever get your mail?" I'm like, "We get our mail every day." He goes, "No, there's a mailbox back here full." And I went back, and you know how like a mailbox has like the little Humpty thing on the top? It was stuffed so full when I pulled the mail out, it stayed curved. I had like 6 months worth of mail stuffed into a box. So, yeah, if you get mail, check it more often than 6 months. There was not $180,000 cash in there.
What does that have to do with what he was talking about?
he's
at all?
Absolutely nothing.
It has everything to do. Because the guy hadn't checked his mail in a long time.
Oh.
That's how it has something to do with something.
Well, I'm just gonna say it, John. I did not find that interesting.
Swing and a miss. That's why we refer to this as stuff Dan usually finds interesting. I'm John with a fun comparison. Some puppies are purebred and they cost more. Others are more affordable. And then there are free puppies. Nobody really knows where they come from, but they're free. In the advertising world, it's like that too. There are some super expensive ways to advertise if you can afford it. And there are some free things you've probably tried, but those dogs rarely work. Radio is kind of like that middle puppy. Affordable, will snuggle with you, and hopefully not pee on the rug. Radio advertising. Super affordable, a great investment, and man's best friend. Try it and let BetterResultsAdvertising.com bring your message to life. Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. I almost feel like we took the day off today. What are we doing in here?
Well, it's it's a holiday vibe.
Yeah,
that's
it's
all.
kind of that. It's some sort of vibe. So what do you got for us, Dan?
Oh, we're talking about just roads in general, worst roads. I was a little surprised by this report. It comes to us from Consumer Affairs.
Okay.
And they tracked down all 50 states, did everything from surveys to money spent to everything to do with roads.
Yeah.
Who has the best and worst roads in the country?
Yeah.
In the country. Some of these surprises. The best roads, actually, I've been to a few of these places, didn't really notice because the roads are so fine. Number 5 is Florida.
Okay.
4 is Kentucky.
Okay.
This one shocks me. According to all of this data, the third best roads in the country are in North Dakota.
Real. Well, they don't get used as much.
But normally
Yeah,
when you
probably
got the
not
whole
as much
winter thing
traffic.
going on, though, they take a beating.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
So there you go. Number 2 is Alabama. And number 1, again, didn't see this coming, but Kansas is at number 1.
Wow.
Well, let's get into some of our neighbors. Then we'll get to South Dakota. At number 18 is Minnesota.
All right.
18 out of 50. Iowa's ranked at number 29.
Okay.
Nebraska at 39.
All right.
Ooh.
State of South Dakota, according to this data, has the 6th worst roads in the nation.
Oh, no.
Ranked at number 45.
45.
In fact, they surveyed well over 1,000 people, And as far as just what natives of that state think, they basically said, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, rank your roads. On that survey, South Dakota came in dead last, with only 2 and 10 going, they're okay.
So most of the
but we're
people...
getting an ice ribbon.
Well, that's just Sioux Falls, though. We're talking statewide here. But I look at it like the roads in my neighborhood and whatnot. I mean, it's
pretty bad.
I just feel like I live in Beirut, quite frankly.
There's a little in Sioux Falls. You got like a little app where you can tell them, hey, there's a pothole here, and then they'll come and like throw something in it.
Yeah, but I think they're just using like oatmeal because it ain't staying there long.
I don't know.
Raccoons are eating it because
put something in there.
But whatever. And again,
Raccoons are eating it.
City Hall is just lousy with money.
A feeding trough is what that is.
But let's fix up Phillips Avenue now.
Yes, we're going to have string lights and swings on Phillips. Because that's what I'd do if I were in charge.
Well, I don't see your name on a ballot, Mr. Farris.
Oh, you can almost feel the sarcasm in this room.
Oh, nice. Hey, Dan, thank you for that report, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, coming up, I have a friend and a colleague that I get to visit with, Dan Bublitz Jr. He's a stand-up comic. I've known him since he was just a little boy. We both grew up in Huron, and he is one of the founders of the Snow Jam Comedy Festival, and we're going to talk about that. And then between now and the festival, we're going to talk to a bunch of very funny comics as well. But we'll be talking with Dan and all of the details coming up in a bit.
Many new students sign up for credit cards that are not very good. Have a conversation about how to properly use credit so they don't learn this lesson the hard way. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Want one that offers points? We have those. Want a card to help you build credit? We have those too. BetterCreditCards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with something really cool. We've got the Snow Jam Comedy Festival coming up next month. And on the phone with me right now, I have one of the creators of the event, Dan Bublitz Jr. Dan, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, John.
Excited to chat with you. Very, very good. Excited to chat with you on Christmas Eve. And we've got some fun stuff we're going to talk about here. Let's first of all let everybody know what the Snow Jam Comedy Festival is. So if they've not heard about it the last few years, explain to them kind of in a nutshell, what is this?
So Snow Jam Comedy Festival is an annual comedy festival fundraiser where we bring in over 30 comedians from across the country that they perform over the course of the weekend at different venues. And the best part about it is it's a fundraiser. We raise money for Special Olympics. Snow Jam Comedy Festival itself is a nonprofit, and we partner with Special Olympics.
It's a really neat thing that's been going on now several years. And over the course of that time, I've had a chance to make it to a bunch of the events. And it's neat to meet other people from other parts of the country. And the thing that I like, it's kind of a way for us to showcase Sioux Falls and let them know how awesome this city is. And the best way to do that is have people showing up for these events. And you've had sold out crowds at almost every event, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. We've been very fortunate with this festival and the shows and the comics that have come, kind of speaking on that point about, showcasing Sioux Falls. It's not just showcasing the comedy, it's showcasing the city and the people of the city because, a lot of these comics that come from, they'll come from New York or Los Angeles. They've never been to Sioux Falls and probably never would have ever came to Sioux Falls. And they immediately fall in love with Sioux Falls. We've, lots of comics have talked about what a great time they had in Sioux Falls while they were there for the comedy festival.
And I think it's hilarious that we do this in January when it's freezing cold, Snow Jam Comedy Festival. So you have these people coming from, Miami, Los Angeles, wherever, where it doesn't typically get cold, and then they'll come hang out in Sioux Falls like one of the coldest weeks of the year. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah, we couldn't do a comedy festival in South Dakota and not celebrate snow.
Exactly.
I mean, we're the wasteland.
Well, it's this year we've got some really fun entertainment. A lot of the comics, the ones that are coming here, they're actually, they submit videos, and this year we had more people submit videos than ever, didn't we?
Absolutely. It was a record-breaking year. I think people are excited to try to get back out and do comedy and go to festivals. And yeah, this year we had more submissions than we've ever had in the past. So.
And I think that's really cool. We've got some other really cool things in addition to the people here for the festival that are, kind of doing the comedy festival. We've got a couple of folks to talk about that are really cool, well-known comics as well. So let's start with the folks that are kicking off the event.
That's right. So typically in the last few years, the festival was only 3 days, but we decided to add an extra day, and we're having a kickoff event on Wednesday, January 19th with Mary Mack and Tim Harmston. Mary Mack she does voices on the Hulu show Solar Opposite. She's been on the Conan and O'Brien show. Tim has been on the Tonight Show with David Letterman, and he was on Last Comic Standing. So it's going to be a really good kickoff event.
And they're a husband and wife team, and they are both hilarious. And I love her dry bar comedy special. One of my favorite dry bar specials is the Mary Mack special.
Oh, absolutely. And I forgot about it. I mean, Mary's done so much. They've both done so much that it's easy to forget some of the credits.
And that's how we're going to kick off the festival this year. And we'll give you the full schedule and everything on the website. But we're going to wrap the festival up with something pretty cool this year as well, aren't we?
We are. We absolutely are. We're very excited this year we're going to be closing out the 2022 Snow Jam Comedy Festival with Dennis Regan.
And he is hilarious.
Very hilarious. Another great comic. He also has a great dry bar comedy special out there, and we're very excited to have him close out the festival.
And we had a chance to meet him a few years ago. He was in Sioux Falls with his brother Brian Regan. Dennis was the opening act, and Dennis is so funny. I don't know if he's Brian's older brother or younger brother, but those two are both hilarious, and I'm so excited to have Dennis Regan in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show for sure.
If people would like to get tickets, are they available yet? Can they buy tickets right now?
Should be available today. If not, it'll be available on Monday. But you can go onto the website. We do have VIP passes available, and that's actually the best value because what that does is we have 4-day passes, and then we have essentially a 3-day pass. One pass gets you into every event that we're doing, and that's $75. And then the other pass is only $50, and that gets you into all the showcase events. It doesn't get you into the headliner events on Wednesday, and then with the Mary Mack show or the Dennis show, and that's $50. But the $75 Platinum VIP is the way to go. You pay $75, and you can go to every event that the festival puts on.
And there's a limited number of those available. So if they want those, they probably shouldn't wait, right?
Absolutely. Yep, they are limited. Both categories.
And every year this thing sells out. It's the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. Dan, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. And if you want tickets, go to snowjamcomedyfest.com.
And I'm going to throw a link on our Facebook page. Snow, in this case, spelled S-N-O, snowjamcomedyfest.com. But we'll put a link at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Merry Christmas! Oh, you're not ready for that yet. How about Happy Halloween? At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all of the fun holidays throughout the year with funny, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we have a gift idea for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day, whether you buy these weird gifts or not. It's worth checking out. Just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for the newsiest news we do. It's time for award-winning newscaster, broadcast journalist Dan Farris with local news.
Okay. Normally, wearing out shoe leather, I'm banging on desks, I'm burning the midnight oil, and I just do some pretty hardcore, rough and ready belly of the beast news.
Yeah, you do.
But it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Yeah, so I thought I'd find something that's kind of uplifting, something kind of cheerful, joyful. Let's find our way down to Auburn, California, shall we? Auburn, suburb of Sacramento. And earlier this week, a Quiet neighborhood. Everyone going about their business when all of a sudden, boom, kabooey, blam, woo! According to one resident said, I thought a transformer blew or something. It was pretty freaky, huge, loud noise. And what happened was this. Single-engine Cessna 172. Came down, took out some power lines, plowed through a grove of trees, and crashed into someone's home.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Was anybody home?
It was pandemonium. Everyone was home.
Oh.
Neighbors are running for the hills. Everybody's screaming,
No, I
going
meant the home it
crazy.
crashed
Oh,
into.
911. Here's the thing. As I said, it would be a fun, uplifting story, right?
Right. Yeah.
How am I doing so far?
So far,
Yeah,
it's a
not so
little
great.
shaky.
Well, as things shook out, no one killed, no one injured.
What the what?
Oh.
And I should point out that crash happened on a quiet little street called Miracle Drive.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Ho, ho, ho!
That's nice.
Yeah, I smell another award coming that way.
I do
Who
too.
wants to do some sports? Anybody?
I do.
A little bit. This stuff gets so hinky as, NFL stuff. The Pro Bowl basically got canceled last year because of the coronavirus and blah, 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 blah. So they've been scrambling what's going to happen this year. Well, the 2021 Pro Bowl game originally slated for January 31st in Vegas, home of the Raiders. That got canceled too during the ongoing COVID-19. They've selected the teams, but here's the deal. The NFL is working with EA Sports to create a week-long series of matchups featuring celebrities, NFL legends, current players, and streamers playing the official Pro Bowl rosters on Madden NFL 21.
Oh, yeah.
The week will culminate in a virtual Pro Bowl game with 2021 Pro Bowl players playing within Madden, which will be available to fans to watch across a variety of platforms.
So you can watch them play video games.
Yikes.
That sounds super exciting.
Apparently, in case you're wondering, representing your Minnesota Vikings Pro Bowl selections for this year, running back Dalvin Cook, woo! Wide receiver Justin Jefferson, man, he's the real deal. And one of my favorites, safety, Harrison, Hitman Smith. You know why they made the Pro Bowl, John? Those three?
Because they're pro bowlers
Because they're really, really good.
at bowling?
From the sunny 93.3 News Desk, I'm Dan Farris, reminding you to have an epic, amazingly blessed Christmas. Thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, December 24th, 2021. Santa Claus experienced a bit of turbulence in the week leading up to Christmas, but he was able to guide the market to a new all-time high. The broad market S&P 500 was able to creep up and set a new high at the end of the week, despite weakness in both the blue-chip Dow Jones Industrial and the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite. The biggest news investors missed was the monthly reading of income and spending data. The data shows spending and income are on the rise, but also a much hotter than expected increase in inflation. Core inflation accelerated more than expected in November, leaving the PCE price index at the highest level in decades. With the FOMC already moving the timeline for rate hikes forward, this news will surely force the committee to do so again. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.